Well, can't police say more young people are committing crime in the community?
Report on violent kids nearly every day.
Que cada vez hay más menores de edad perpetrando hechos violentos.
Hamilton County court officials say more teens are being charged with murder than in years past.
In Bogotá, Colombia, law and criminality are deeply connected to the city's extreme socioeconomic inequality. Schools like La Balsa, an under-resourced public school, are in dangerous areas, and therefore students face higher exposure to crime, limited security, and fewer opportunities, causing crimes and sentencing their life since they were young. In contrast, wealthy areas with private schools such as Gimnasio Colombo Británico experience stronger support, safer rules, and better opportunities. This division influences how young people perceive the law, how much protection they receive, and their chance of becoming victims and offenders. Contrasting realities reveal how socioeconomic inequality influences young criminality in Bogotá.
I am Alejandro Salgado, the leader of the project and the analyzing information specialist.
I'm Miguel Marín, and I gather the information for the group.
Hi, my name is Gabriella Guzmán, and I am responsible for the video presentation.
Hi, I'm Juan José Lozano, and I'm responsible for researching specific aspects.
Evaluate the differences in school resources and safety conditions in both communities.
Identify how inequality between La Balsa and GCB affects students' exposure to crime and justice.
Purpose: realistic strategies to improve security, opportunities, and legal education in low-income schools.
And answering the question, to what extent does the lack of knowledge about crimes affect the school lives of all students in Bogotá?
It's important to solve this issue because the gap between rich and poor areas in Bogotá creates unequal opportunities and futures for students. When schools like La Balsa face higher crime and fewer resources, it limits young people's learning stage and their future opportunities. Reducing this inequality strengthens the social balance, improving justice for everyone, and creates a country with more equality for everyone.
As we can see here, we have the evolution of the different types of crimes that have been occurring in Bogotá, and many of them towards kids in the school environment. As they show more crime variety in recent years, furthermore, increasing and showing these numbers are pretty concerning.
The data shows that both boys and girls in Colombia face high levels of physical and sexual violence, with girls experiencing significantly higher rates of sexual violence. Early age victimization is common and leads to serious long-term consequences for health and safety.
The Código of Infancia and Adolescencia in Colombia is a legal backup that protects the rights of children and teenagers. It establishes their rights to safety, education, and health, and defines the responsibilities of families and schools and guarantee their well-being. It also procedures to prevent abuse and punish violations.
Do you think school crimes are a real danger in your school and in Bogotá?
Sí se cometen algunas fallas, algunos errores que pueden ser catalogados como crímenes o delitos, que son ya las faltas tipo 3, ¿sí? Es decir, cuando hay bullying o cuando hay consumo de droga o cuando hay consumo de alcohol o venta de alcohol o ese tipo de cosas, ya eso es un delito y ya no es juzgado por el colegio, es juzgado por la justicia de afuera. Es importante prevenirlo en el colegio a través de programas. Para eso sirve el manual de convivencia, para que los estudiantes sepan que hay un marco que no pueden, digamos, exceder.
Listo, muchas gracias.
I believe that crime in schools is very bad because it's a root for violence and it's also creating a bad society for us that we are going to be future adults.
To solve this problem, we have decided to create a presentation in which we show students about the possible consequences of committing a crime, and also we decided to test them to see if they learned and if they're willing to cooperate for a better school environment.
GCB, located in Guaymaral, is ranked as one of the best in the country. We interviewed 3 students from 6th grade to show them the possible risks of crime and felonies in school and their consequences they could face in this beginning stage of the adolescence.
No sé.
Entonces vamos a ver cuántos acá. 80. Sí, van a igual decir solo por una. Eso sí, tienen.
These results graph up from GCB, and as we can see, students got better results than the ones of La Balsa since they have more knowledge about law and criminality.
Located in Guaymaral too, this public school mostly depends on donations and government resources. The infrastructure isn't capable of holding all the students, so they dividing in morning classes for high school and noon classes for primary. We decided this school as it could help to visualize the contrast we want to show you.
So now we are at the Institución Educativa La Balsa, our second group with the students of 6th grade that are over there, to therefore analyze the other part of our project with the law and criminality presentation.
Yo soy de Gimnasio Bogotá. Un colegio que queda cerca de acá. ¿Alguno lo conoce de casualidad? ¿No? Listo. Entonces, bueno, les queremos presentar Ley y Criminalidad, el delito en el contexto escolar. Esto basado en el Código Penal de la Ley Colombiana, Ley 1975 del 2013. Entonces, principalmente esta presentación se va a basar en lo que es que ustedes, ya como alumnos de sexto, tienen una responsabilidad, ya son más grandes. Entonces, depende de los actos que cometan en el colegio y su responsabilidad en estos mismos, pueden afrontar diferentes tipos de consecuencias. Entonces, primero, ¿qué tipo de situaciones se presentan en el colegio? Cuando ustedes hacen una situación indebida.
When testing the quiz at La Balsa, students were very excited and very collaborative, yet we could identify that the TV was constantly failing and showing that the school needs better and modern equipment for their students. As we can see in the results on the bar chart, La Balsa's average was 60, in which we can conclude that they are less educated from the topic compared to the 6th grade students in GCB.
In the GCB, it shows a much higher chance of passing, with only one of the kids getting under our 75% expectance. But in La Balsa, it's worrying the results, being only one of the kids getting over our 75% mark, meaning only one of the kids passed. And the average shows this too. The average for the GCB is 88, meanwhile for La Balsa it's 60.
Making us know how the students from La Balsa have very low knowledge about law and criminality in schools since they have less opportunities to learn about this important topic.
This project has definitely opened my eyes, seeing that, for example, in Bogotá, there is so much socioeconomical inequality in which there are people with high resources and low resources in the same neighborhood, showing that we need to act not for the kids, but for a better society with the same opportunities.
In conclusion, I can tell these global perspectives in investigation was so important since I could learn that is important for students learning about law and criminality since it can help them to avoid future conflicts and to follow law.
Conclude. I believe that the project has helped me a lot in realizing how education and criminality are related, and how the social and economic status of the educational institution does affect the knowledge of crime and justice in school environments.
The Global Perspective project made me realize that many things that we have in our school are privileged, like good resources, transportation, and even devices to study. It also showed me how important it is to learn about laws and crimes, so we know our responsibilities and avoid making mistakes.